One day I came to Daddy's house, and Diddy and Q-Tip and Fat Joe and them was in the studio. They was really like losing their mind in a crazy way. Like it was the most incredible reinvention.
What you say? Give it to me. What you say? Give it to me. What you say? Give it to me. Damn, give me some. Let's work. What you say? What you say? What you say now, break? Damn, give me some.
It's like 6 in the morning. We got the cornflakes, Ciroc and lemonade going. You know, everybody just chilling. You know, you dig? Boom. Man, let me show you. We got the fireplace jumping off. I gotta go upstairs and do what I do.
Apparently, there's fresh eyebrow-raising footage floating online of Busta Rhymes, Diddy, and a crowd of male partygoers. And it's just as wild as it sounds. Months ago, Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, spilled the tea, claiming Busta has been into fun boys for years. And it wasn't exactly a secret. Big Homie said that in the club scene. Everyone knew. According to him, club promoters would set up young men to keep Busta entertained in the VIP whenever he showed up. But now, this story has taken another twist. Word on the street is that there's footage from a party showing Busta and Diddy together in what's being called a freak-off, alongside several men rumored to be former workers Diddy allegedly hired for these gatherings. And that's not all. More men are now coming forward with their own stories, claiming Busta made inappropriate moves on them too. They're saying Busta was constantly trying to get them to party with him. Not the usual kind of partying, but more like a Diddy-style party. Allegedly, these events were on a completely different level. And with all the focus on Diddy's situation, people are now starting to give Busta some serious side-eye. It's looking like Busta could be the next one facing full exposure for allegedly pushing men into these outrageous freak-offs. In case you missed the latest on Busta Rhymes, his former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, just appeared on The Art of Dialogue and didn't hold back, calling Busta a super zest monster. Big Homie claimed Busta has a long history of eyebrow-raising encounters with young men stretching back years. According to Big Homie, this has been an open secret in the industry, especially among club promoters. Whenever Busta was set to make an appearance, promoters knew the drill. They had to arrange for attractive young men to be ready to entertain him in the VIP section. Big Homie CC also shared a wild story from one club night involving actor-model Don Benjamin and a friend of his, who happened to be gay. As soon as Busta caught sight of this guy, Big Homie says, it was on. Busta supposedly lunged over, pulling the guy right into his VIP section. And here's the kicker. Busta wouldn't let him leave. Big Homie described how Busta stayed glued to the guy the whole night, making sure he stayed close. And, apparently, this wasn't a one-off. According to Big Homie, every time Busta hit the club, promoters knew exactly what kind of setup he expected. Club promoters were reportedly told to find the hottest guys and bring them to Busta's VIP section. And once Busta had his eye on someone, there was no letting go. Big Homie also spilled that Busta would go on about how cute the guy was. And once he had him close, he made sure he stayed put. Big Homie was shocked by the persistence. According to him, the industry has known about Busta's alleged preferences for over a decade. When asked why no one's called him out, Big Homie suggested it's because everyone's eager to be in that exclusive VIP section. But Big Homie didn't stop there. He hinted at something that's rarely discussed: Busta's alleged history of aggression toward women. Big Homie hinted that, like some down-low men, Busta might harbor resentment toward women. And if you think it's just one bodyguard causing a stir, think again. More men have come forward with their own jaw-dropping accounts. Social media personality Trip Ali claimed in a 2020 YouTube video that Busta tried to approach him in NYC while he was headed to a Halloween party. Trip Ali shared that Busta had invited him to join his VIP section at a club, and at first Trip was thrilled, expecting just a typical night out. But things took a surprising turn he hadn't anticipated. It all started when Trip got into a heated argument with his friend, who wasn't feeling the idea of going to Busta's party. The disagreement escalated to the point of a physical fight. Trip was left shaken and decided to skip the club entirely. On top of that, his friend, still acting out, left him stranded in the middle of NYC. In hindsight, though, maybe his friend actually did him a favor. Who knows what could have happened if he'd gone to Busta's VIP? Fast forward to 2021, and rumors about Busta's alleged pursuits started swirling again. Word on the street was that he was back on the scene, supposedly trying to pick up men. And if that wasn't enough, paparazzi reportedly spotted him leaving a gay pride event with a trans woman. To be clear, the focus here isn't Busta's sexuality, but rather his troubling history of getting physical over minor incidents. Much like what's been alleged about Diddy, and adding fuel to the fire, new rumors suggest that Busta may have a preference for much younger men. Busta's legal issues date back to 2006, when he allegedly attacked someone for spitting on his car. But that was just the beginning. Later that same year, prosecutors tried to slap him with a weapons charge for reportedly having a machete in his car, according to Billboard. Fast forward to 2007, and Busta was back in hot water. This time, he was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor for allegedly roughing up his former driver over a money dispute. He eventually pleaded guilty to both charges and ended up with 3 years of probation. But the drama didn't end there. In 2009, the New York Post reported that Busta had to cough up $75,000 to a fan who claimed Busta threw water bottles at him. To top it off, Busta's bodyguard reportedly punched the fan in the face. And here's the wild part. The fan claims all he did was try to leave Busta's concert. He explained that he was mainly there to see Fabulous. But when Fab didn't show, he stood up to head out as Busta was wrapping up his set. That's when Busta allegedly snapped, yelling, "Get down!" and asking, "I'm not good enough for you?" According to the fan, Busta then threw water at him, followed by 2 more bottles, before his bodyguard threw a punch. Given Busta's notorious temper, it's easy to see why he and Diddy have been tight for years. But beyond their shared issues with anger, there's another striking similarity. Both have rumored preferences for much younger men. In fact, Big Homie CC claims that Busta regularly sent his crew to scout young, attractive men to bring back to his VIP section. And if all that wasn't enough, the latest buzz is that there's footage circulating online showing Diddy and Busta caught up in a wild freak-off session with several male ex-workers. A few months back, Orlando Brown stirred up serious controversy when he claimed on camera that he'd hooked up with several rappers, including Diddy, Busta Rhymes, Drake, Bow Wow, and more. While Orlando's history of substance issues and over-the-top antics has made many fans skeptical of his credibility, his statements are now being viewed in a different light. Initially, most people brushed off these explosive allegations as just another one of Orlando's outlandish rants. But with Diddy now facing serious accusations, some are beginning to connect the dots. And suddenly, Orlando's stories aren't looking so far-fetched. For years, Orlando has made waves with his viral interviews, even name-dropping Diddy several times, well before Cassie's lawsuit brought more attention to Diddy's alleged actions. Back then, most people dismissed Orlando's claims, laughing off the idea of Diddy being on the down low as some kind of ongoing joke. But now, as the accusations pile up, some are questioning if Orlando was trying to warn the public about Diddy all along. When headlines about Diddy's alleged actions broke last November, Cam Capone seized the moment to bring Orlando back on his channel. This time, they dug into Orlando's past comments about Diddy, along with 50 Cent's infamous story about Diddy trying to take him shopping. Some folks are now convinced that Orlando Brown might be playing up his crazy act intentionally, slipping in bits of truth amidst the chaos to protect himself. Others argue that, while Orlando may be dealing with mental health issues, it doesn't necessarily mean he's lying. In fact, some believe his struggles could be rooted in deep trauma he faced within the industry. Orlando recently went viral again, claiming he's been with multiple men in the industry. Not just Diddy, but also Busta Rhymes and others. He sent the internet into an absolute frenzy with his jaw-dropping revelations about Diddy. Orlando claims Diddy uses sinister tactics to lure in his victims, pushing them into bizarre, alleged Illuminati rituals, all to boost his fame and fortune. And it doesn't stop there. These allegations aren't just coming from nowhere. Recently, there's been increasing chatter about Diddy's so-called manipulative methods, how he reportedly targets young, vulnerable guys and entices them under the pretense of mentorship, only to allegedly turn them into boy toys. Orlando Brown has made serious allegations, claiming that Diddy coerced him into participating in disturbing, ritualistic events. Despite multiple individuals coming forward with accusations, Diddy appears to remain unaffected, leading some to question if the industry is protecting him. Adding to the intrigue, there's speculation surrounding the death of Kim Porter, with some suggesting it was an Illuminati sacrifice to further Diddy's fortune. Notably, at her funeral, Diddy had 24-hour security guarding her casket, preventing anyone from getting close, which has raised eyebrows. Orlando Brown wasn't always the controversial figure he is today. He was a star on That's So Raven, and it seemed he had a promising future. However, after the show ended in 2007, his life took a downward turn. That same year, he was arrested for substance possession in Houston, though he denied ownership. He later faced a DUI charge and spent 27 days in jail after failing to prove he completed a court-ordered alcohol education class. In 2016, he entered rehab but relapsed, leading to another arrest in 2018. These events have led some to believe that Orlando's struggles may be linked to deeper issues within the industry. His recent claims have reignited discussions about the darker side of fame and the potential exploitation of young talents. People began to wonder if Orlando Brown's erratic behavior was tied to some disturbing industry secrets. In an interview, he confirmed these suspicions, claiming he'd witnessed traumatic events in the industry, and he didn't hold back. He directly called out Diddy, alleging that Diddy had slept with him and tried pulling him into more of these freak-off sessions. Orlando even claimed these encounters happened more than once. In his recent appearance on Cam Capone News, he didn't make straightforward accusations, but his bizarre comments and expressions had everyone on edge. He started off by saying he sometimes gets into his Diddy mode, and then, in a move that raised eyebrows, began licking his lips, almost as if he were throwing pointed shade at the music mogul. It was undeniably awkward and got people talking. Then he veered off into a cryptic tangent, tossing out odd terms like "Ushkosh," which left everyone scratching their heads. His ramblings, though confusing, had viewers wondering if he was hinting at something deeper, masked under all the strange behavior. Orlando Brown's recent comments have left many puzzled, especially his use of the term "Ushkosh," which remains undefined. He seemed to suggest that his relationship with Diddy was more complex than it appeared. Adding to the confusion, Brown expressed enjoyment about whatever he was hinting at, leaving everyone even more puzzled. Fans have been quick to react. One commented, "I look at him and I see that little boy in major pain, and now I see a young man broken by the industry. He speaks intelligently one moment, and the next, he's off into some unintelligible rant about nothing that makes sense. I'm hurting for him because I can't imagine what was done to him." These reactions highlight the concern and empathy many feel towards Brown's situation. His erratic behavior and cryptic statements have sparked discussions about the potential impact of the entertainment industry on young talents. In a recent interview with Cam Capone, Orlando Brown delved deeper into the controversies surrounding Diddy, addressing numerous rumors and lawsuits linked to the music mogul. He discussed the infamous Diddy freakouts, shedding light on the wild nature of Diddy's parties and emphasizing the importance of maintaining a low profile in such environments. One particularly intriguing anecdote involved Diddy offering to take 50 Cent shopping, a gesture that's not commonly extended among industry heavyweights. Despite expressing some respect for Diddy, Brown was clear about setting boundaries. He acknowledged the chaos he's witnessed at those gatherings and made it evident that he prefers to steer clear of such situations. These insights provide a glimpse into the complex dynamics of the entertainment industry and highlight the challenges individuals face in navigating such environments. In a recent interview, Orlando Brown emphasized that when Diddy wants to party, the safest bet is to say no. He cautioned people to think twice before diving into risky situations, sharing a wild story about someone who said yes to him. Brown also got philosophical, discussing how chasing success can lead you down a dark, shady path. He spilled some tea on Cassie, suggesting she might have known what she was getting into before everything went down. He threw some serious side-eye at the whole pursuit of riches, warning about the potential dangers. Behind all the jokes and laughs, it's clear Orlando is hiding something. Orlando Brown hinted that he's seen some seriously dark stuff at those infamous parties, yet fear holds him back from spilling all the details. Fans are picking up on his distress, sensing that there's more beneath the surface of his wild claims. And as if to fan the flames, an old video of 50 Cent has resurfaced, where he mentioned Diddy once offering to take him shopping, a gesture that made 50 feel uncomfortable, describing it as something you'd do for a romantic partner. This only fueled more speculation about Diddy's interactions with other celebs. Back in 2021, rumors swirled about YK Osiris entering Diddy's bizarre world after the two were spotted vacationing together in Jamaica. In one viral moment, YK even reposted a picture of Diddy shirtless in a pool with prayer hands, as if showing gratitude or reverence. Later, he posted another image of himself getting a massage, captioning it, "Listening to that Diddy, eating good fruit in the beautiful weather," adding another layer of intrigue. In another post, YK Osiris was seen leaning in seductively to eat a bunch of fruits, which many suspect was taken by Diddy. Some believe this trip was some sort of initiation ritual, with the suggestive text being YK's way of thanking Diddy for welcoming him into the Illuminati fold. YK isn't the only one rumored to have been pulled into Diddy's strange circle. Brashear Gray, known for his role as Hakeem on Empire, also got linked to Diddy through a chain of introductions that began with talent manager Charlie Mack. Charlie got Brashear an audition for Empire, then introduced him to Will Smith. Will in turn connected Brashear with Diddy since Brashear aspired to be a rapper. Things took a dark turn from there. At the time, most people didn't realize how unsettling this was. We didn't know the extent of Diddy's alleged activities. Jaguar Wright later revealed that both Will and Diddy manipulated young men like Brashear under the pretense of mentorship, only to involve them in creepy, ritualistic sessions. Jaguar Wright recounted a chilling story involving Brashear Gray and Meek Mill, claiming they once fled from Will Smith's house in terror after a disturbing mentorship session. Meek Mill, too, has been rumored to be involved in Diddy's alleged freak-offs. An unsettling audio clip, reportedly recorded by one of Diddy's ex-bodyguards, detailed a wild party where champagne was allegedly spiked. According to the bodyguard, everyone was passed out except him, who overheard explicit and troubling noises coming from a room where Diddy was. He described hearing sounds of physical activity and people calling Diddy Daddy. This isn't the first time Meek's name has come up in connection to Diddy. In a viral video, Meek is seen in a pool with his back arched, appearing uncomfortable, while Diddy films and repeatedly calls him Daddy. Jaguar later claimed that the leaked audio might have been recorded by Nicki Minaj during her relationship with Meek Mill and that she held onto it, waiting for the right moment to expose Diddy. With all these stories, it's raising serious questions about what Diddy's mentorship truly entails. Recent allegations suggest that Sean Diddy Combs has manipulated young artists like YK Osiris, Brashear Gray, and Meek Mill, luring them with career promises only to involve them in unsettling initiation rituals. These claims have led to speculation about Diddy's connections to secretive organizations. Orlando Brown, once a Disney star, now faces mental health and addiction challenges. Brashear Gray's career has faltered amid legal issues. Meek Mill's career trajectory has also been questioned. Adding to the controversy are rumors surrounding the death of Diddy's ex, Kim Porter. Official reports state she died from pneumonia in 2018. However, some speculate about foul play, though no evidence supports these claims. Porter's children have publicly denounced such rumors, emphasizing the hurtful nature of these speculations. It's crucial to approach these allegations with caution, as they are based on unverified claims and conspiracy theories. The individuals mentioned have faced personal and professional challenges, but attributing these solely to Diddy's influence lacks concrete evidence. Rumors surrounding Kim Porter's death continue to swirl, especially with claims that coroner Ed Winter initially found suspicious toxins in her body, suggesting possible poisoning. After he was reportedly taken off the case before a deeper investigation, Winter himself later passed away under mysterious circumstances. Now, Kim's longtime friend, Sahara Lottie, has sparked fresh speculation by shedding light on her relationship with Diddy in a revealing interview on the infamous podcast with Vanessa Grigoriadis and Natalie Robomed. Sahara didn't hold back, describing Diddy's world as steeped in darkness and suggesting Kim was the only light in his life. She painted a picture of their relationship as deeply toxic, with what she described as an overwhelming dark energy that went beyond the physical and into the spiritual realm. Sahara hinted that Kim's passing might have been some form of spiritual sacrifice for Diddy, leaving many to question what really went on in their relationship. Back in the 90s, Kim Porter wasn't just a pretty face in Diddy's entourage. She was working as an assistant to Andre Harrell at Uptown Records, where she and Diddy first met. Their on-again, off-again relationship spanned over 2 decades, but it was anything but a fairy tale. According to Kim's friend, Sahara Lottie, their connection was a cycle of toxicity and control, with Diddy repeatedly cheating and then pulling Kim back in every time she tried to distance herself. It was like an endless game of tug-of-war, with Kim trying to break free, only for Diddy to reel her back. Sahara shared that even after Kim's passing, eerie details surfaced about how Diddy had tried to keep her close. At one point, he offered her $1 million when he sensed her drifting away. Diddy was a constant presence in Kim's life, even when they weren't officially together. Sahara recalled that whenever she and Kim spent time together, Kim's phone would ring constantly, and it was almost always Diddy on the other end. He simply couldn't let go, despite claiming they were moving on. And then, of course, there were the kids. Kim and Diddy shared 3 children, and Diddy even adopted Kim's eldest son from a previous relationship. This family bond made it even harder for Kim to break away. According to Sahara, Kim was doing her best to keep everything together for her family, but it came at a huge emotional and spiritual cost. She was stuck in a relentless cycle, with Diddy's grip never letting up. Sahara described how, toward the end, Kim was completely drained by what she called Diddy's dark energy. Despite being a devoted mother and partner, the emotional and spiritual toll on her was undeniable. It was as if, once you were involved with Diddy, you were locked in, and not for reasons of love or respect. It was all about control. Whenever Kim even looked in the direction of another guy, Diddy would be on her, watching her every move like a hawk. The worst part? Diddy would reach out at odd hours, treating her like some late-night convenience rather than the mother of his children. But Kim wasn't having it. She felt trapped. Like if she didn't respond to Diddy's late-night calls, she'd be completely shut out, left in the dark. According to Sahara, Kim had sensed something was wrong before her death. She called Sahara, saying she couldn't attend Diddy's 50th birthday party because he was insisting she go to Turks and Caicos instead. During that call, Sahara noticed something unsettling. Kim's voice sounded different, almost guttural and strained, unlike her usual melodic tone. Shortly after, Kim sent a cryptic text message, "Kimberly down." And the very next day, she was gone. For years, people have speculated that Diddy's darker side has played a role in some of the unexplained tragedies surrounding him, and Kim's passing only fueled those suspicions further. People have pointed out that 2 autopsies were reportedly conducted on Kim Porter. One indicated suspicious circumstances, while the other listed pneumonia as the cause of death, further fueling speculations around the mysterious circumstances of her passing. One bold claim circulating online reads, "I don't care what anybody says. Sean P." Diddy Combs sacrificed Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie, and Kim Porter as a blood sacrifice. He's a homosexual and an Illuminati puppet. Diddy's influence and the rumors of dark affiliations have long painted an enigmatic picture around him. The idea of an Illuminati vibe isn't new to his image. Even artist Jelly Roll shared a story that hints at the odd energy he felt surrounding Diddy. When Tana Mongeau asked on Canceled if he'd ever gotten an Illuminati vibe from a celebrity, Jelly Roll admitted he almost met Diddy once but decided to back out at the last minute. He shared the story of their near encounter on Jimmy Kimmel Live, where he bailed on a photo op with Diddy for reasons he still can't fully explain. He just felt something wasn't right. With these revelations ablaze online, fans are demanding answers. Whether justice or truth will emerge is yet to be seen, but one thing is certain: the world is watching closely. Recent allegations against Sean Diddy Combs have sparked widespread outrage, with many calling for his immediate incarceration. Critics label him as evil and despicable, condemning his alleged mistreatment of women and exploitation of artists. They argue that his relentless pursuit of greed and power has left a trail of victims, questioning how he remains free and suggesting that his wealth has been used to silence accusers. The discourse has also delved into darker speculations, with some believing that Diddy may have sacrificed individuals for fame. This has led to widespread concern about the lasting impact on his alleged victims and whether they can recover from their experiences. As these discussions unfold, the public is eager to hear diverse perspectives on the matter. Engaging in this conversation is crucial, and staying informed about ongoing developments is essential.